warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to Madam and to all my classmates. Our group will make a presentation about recruitment chapter that where we're focusing more on external recruitment. For not taking too much time, I will pass it to my groupmate to present about it.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Anna Achi, and I will explain about the sources of external recruitment. First of all is advertisement. Advertisement can be explained as advertising job openings on website, social media, and in newspaper is a common way to attract candidates. Moreover, it also can reach a large audience of possible application. For example, posting your job requirements on job portals of social networking site will give you a wider audience rather than just posting the requirement on your company website, because you can receive more candidates if your job is out there on the internet, as millions of job seekers will be able to view. Secondly is walk-in applicants. This is about the job seekers that looking for jobs apply on their own initiative of certain vacancy. In fact, it is often believed that individuals who contact employers on their own initiative will be a better employees. For instance, the candidate will get the same day job offer, which means if the candidate are in hurry to join somewhere and the candidate have the required skill, the employer is very much interested to get the better and the best candidate to offer the job. So, instant job confirmation is one of the best part of working. Last but not least, the internet looking on the internet is the most common used search tactic by job seekers and the recruiters to connect one another. Both companies and applicants find the internet much cheaper, faster, and potentially more effective. For example, the major advantage of using the internet in the recruitment process is the HR manager can find out the online personality of the candidate and use that to determine if they will be a good fit for the company. Looking at the candidate's social profile on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as on other such sites help the recruiters gain some insight into the values and personality of the candidate. There won't be a need for psychology tests and questionnaire to determine this. That's all for external recruitment under advertisement, walk-in, applicants, and the internet. Next slide, my other group mates will be explained more. Thank you.
Hi again, my name is Azawaida Binti Jaffa, and I will continue my previous groupmate presentation about external recruitment. That would be social media is a place to recruiting company pages, post advertising, job showcase, companies' attractive features, and joining groups. The example company for this external are Zappos, where they are no longer using resume, instead they are using social media as recruiting application. For the passive job seeker, who is a people not looking for the job but could pursue it to take new one, give the right opportunity such as Facebook, that recruiter can create posting targeted type of people's newsfeed and can contact them via messenger. Other than that, the people who are interested in the job can click apply button to get the job application. Even though it's make things easier in recruiting, but it still have some weakness and cannot be focusing just on social media only, because most of the older adults and people with less than a high school education are less likely to be online. A study by Kessler Foundation and National Organization on Disability (NOD) found that only a little of over half of people with disability to go online. Furthermore, on external recruitment as mobile recruiting, that is a process of recruit people by their mobile devices. Nowadays, people are being glued to their mobile phone, so people are mostly use application that can use to search jobs and apply the job. They also can use text message to check announced job and information for the job schedule. These external are inexpensive, easy to send, and fast. The next one is job fairs. At the job fairs, company can set a booth. Even it attract many applicants, but they might not be qualified and they could only attract applicants in the regional area in which it's been held. Job fair can also be virtual job fair, were being conducted online in FB or other apps to inform potential candidates about it. In the virtual job fair, it will be provided link career resources, collect resume, interviewing via online chat or webcams. By using job fairs, it can be cost effective for both parties because they don't have to pay for travel costs. Companies that use this virtual fair is such as Procter and Gamble. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Najihi bin Hassan. I'm from Faculty Business Management. So today I will present about external recruiting method for my subject, Human Resource Management, HRM533. Okay, the first external recruiting method is executive search firm. Okay, this method is to seek out high qualified candidate, and the candidate usually for senior level and executive job. And the candidate must have requirement to be met to fill the designated role, and the HR department need to find specialist recruitment firm with a boardroom access for this method. And this method also called as headhunting. Okay. The next method is re-recruiting process. Okay. This method is a process keeping track with former employee. So the human resource department need to maintain a good relationship with former employee. Recruitment process may be slightly difficult for human resource department because human resource department need to know why former employee left the firm and need to persuade with a good cause for the former employee to come back to the firm. And the good thing about this method is former employee already proficient in the field, which means they know the job scope and their work to do in the firm. And lastly is employee referral. This method also known as word of mouth recommendation, which is if there are vacancy in the firm, the existing employee will recommend his acquaintance to fill the role. This method also has high retention rate and the best source of employee. But this method also have negative factor, which is nepotism and corporate inbreeding. Nepotism and corporate inbreeding mean there are bias in the selection of employee. Okay, that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum to respective lecturers, Madam Zarina and fellow friends. I'm Nurjana Nabilah binti Fuadi from Faculty Business Management, and I'm here to present about recruitment and careers under subtopic external recruiting methods, which are educational institutions, professional associations and labor unions, and public employment agencies. So, what is educational institution? Educational institution is basically a source of young applicants with formal training but little full-time work experience. High school are often a source of employee for clerical and blue-collar jobs. Firms usually use work-study programs and internships to attract high-demand graduates by offering high pay and low-interest loans for promising recruits for scholarships and internships. Internships is the best way for firms to try out whether college students who want to work in their fields and for students to decide if they want to work for an organization in long term or short term. As for professional associations and labor unions, many professional associations and societies offer a placement service to members as one of their benefits were for the mutual benefit of employers and job seekers. Placement centers are usually included at the meetings of professional associations. Labor unions have been a principal source of applicants for blue-collar and some professional jobs. Unions also offer their members training and in some cases apprenticeship programs, making these organizations a good source of candidates. Public employment agencies work with employers to post their openings in online job banks such as America's Job Exchange and America's Career Infonet, and match unemployed qualified workers to the jobs so they can apply for them. In addition to matching unemployed applicants with job openings, public employment agencies sometimes assist employers with apprenticeship programs, employment testing, job analysis, evaluating programs, and community wage surveys. So that's all from me. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so next we move to private employment agencies. So what is actually private employment agencies? So private employment agencies is a non-government firm or association that is provide list of potential employers that is available for job in the publication. So this enable applicant to find their employment or the list job that is available. So for job seekers, an employment agency can be the fast ticket for them to get their full-time job. Second, for employers, this is the best access for them to find the best candidates that is aligned with their company values. Third, for employers, this can save time and money, which is quicker time than hiring internally and will save the business of an organization. So this is some of the elements for private employment agencies. Next, we move to the staffing agencies. So what is staffing agencies? So staffing agencies is an agency that people join to the company through the staffing agency, and they are not the permanent employees. They is actually temporary workers. So through staffing agencies, they can fulfill the hiring requirement of any company in accordance with the skill they need and to identify the right talent. Second, staffing agencies help to maintain a talent pool which they can actively work on building a network of skilled profession. Third, they can hire faster and more accurately with their access to the right talent, and they can find a suitable candidate for their organization. So this is some of the element of the staffing agencies. Okay, and then we move to the independent contractor. So independent contractor, or usually familiarly we know them as freelancer, self-employed worker, and this type of worker, they are not subjected to any provision and protection of the company. So the firm, the good news is the firm may save their organization money because they don't have to pay for the number of expenses, employees provided benefit, office spaces, employee social security, Medicare taxes, and workers compensation insurance. Next, the staffing flexibility. So independent contractor, they have no flexible time. We can hire them for specific tasks or project. They is actually specialized expertise for a certain job. They are usually productive immediately, which we can call them anytime, and this can eliminate time and cost of the training of the company. And then this also can reduce the exposure to lawsuit, since they are not subjected to any provision and protection, such as to receive at least the minimum wages, protection from employment discrimination, right to take time to take care of their families related members, or born with any related law. So this is some of the element of the independent contractors. Okay, so finally we move to the employee leasing. So employee leasing is more or less likely we would say similar to independent contractor, but they is actually workers from a third party organization, which we can call them upon a specific period of time. So they are trained for individual client companies to do a specific work. So employee leasing can be led to the low human resource management, which we can avoid a lot of management work while working with leased employees, and employee engagement levels. And then they are expert knowledge on call. Their biggest advantage of this worker is having expert held on call whenever we or organization require them. So that is some of the element of the employee leasing.